Whatever this delusion is that you guys will ever be able to compete with me, let go of it.
Salute, MobTube. How's everybody doing today? Let's see. This fan's on a little high. Let me just pin this. All right. Miss Can't Be Wrong, Deadly 30, Davis Dean, No Man, Jesse Roth, Brian Bozak, Big Vic 1965, Ranger Fan 11, Mikhail 1, IMNB the E-Beggar. Oh, let's see. Johnny Mac, Joey Dimes, Frankie Rizzo. Did I already shout out Mini 560? Not sure. Mini 560. Joey Electric, Special Agent Colacone, my favorite screen name. Miss Charlie Steen. Let's see who else. Sorry if I don't get everybody. I'm skipping around. Rick the Tank, Drew Scagnetti, Joe the Builder, J.R. Boston, Michelle N, Nick Elite NY, you, Mustache Pete, Gilded Age, Kevin Fahey, Jenko Abendando, Jennifer Baez, FBI, Terry Time, how are you, my friend? Glad to see you. Tan Bestie. All right, so let's get some people in here, and I'm going to address Convict Inc. Okay, it's about time. You may have thought that I already did, that I already addressed him the way I needed to, but I didn't. Okay, I'm just gonna do it for the first time. Really, I'm gonna say what needs to be said. So, let's see. 113 people. Everybody, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Throw large sums of money at your favorite content creator, FBS. And for the love of Gunsmoke, hit the notification bell. Thank you very much. Terry Time, oldest and baddest, $20. Good subject. Thank you very much, Terry Time. I think you'll enjoy this. I think everybody will. The True Godson, $199. Thank you. I appreciate it. J.R. Boston said a hot 93 here in Boston, just had to leave the public pool because they had to close it for the day because some little punk peed in it. Ugh. Well, that sucks. Paulie Walnuts, what's up? Philadelphia, how you doing, my friend? I got to call you, bro. I got to talk to you. I'll call you later. You know my memory. I'll try to remember to call you later. If not, call me. You have my number now. Miss Can't Be Wrong, thank you for putting that up. Agent MRE says, please, no need to thank me. What is that in the avatar? I can't tell what the avatar is. I can't read it. I'm sure it's something funny, though. This dude, Convict Inc., I'll tell you what, man. This guy, he's got some ego, doesn't he? Wow. He really thinks he's the authority on pretty much everything, huh? I mean, he knows everything there is to know about the law, the people's stories, people he never met before, never knew anything about. All of a sudden, he knows everything about them. He's friends with all the mob guys. Never mentioned Fabrizio before. All of a sudden, that's his buddy too. So we're gonna have some fun with Convict Inc. today. Kevin Fahey, 449 super sticker. Thank you very much. Michael Hensley, $9.99. Time to put dumb Convict Inc. in his place, brother. Yeah, it is. It is. You heard Fabrizio is getting out. We'll see. We'll see. You got to understand, right now he has a release date of 2030. Okay, they could be cutting time off his sentence. It could take him down to 2028. Could take him down to 2026. Maybe it'll be 2023. Maybe they'll release him immediately. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm going to talk about Fabrizio once we get some more people in here and stuff. And you got to understand something. I speak to somebody regularly who talks to Fabrizio. Okay, I do. I somebody who talks to him once a week. Okay, so I want to make that clear right off the bat. No, I couldn't care less about that lie, Heavy D. I'm not mad at all. I'm going to clown somebody. What do you mean? I'm in a great mood. It's what I live for. The Sit Down, a Mafia History podcast. No judge in their right mind will spring Fabrizio. He may get a reduction like Reynolds, but that's it. I agree. Yeah, I don't see it happening. But Convict Inc. knows everything. According to him, Fabrizio will be out in 3 days. You know what I mean? He's super smart. No. I'm sorry. What is it? December 7th. He'll be out. He'll be sprung immediately. The judge is going to say, release this man, Fabrizio Di Franzischi. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. We're going to have some fun today, guys. Ranger Fan 11, $4.99. Go get that cock smoker, Convict Inc. I'm going to. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, and I'll start off with this. Mr. Rosso here, Convict Inc., made a comment like he's going to get a tattoo of Hitler and a tattoo of FBS, which I wouldn't doubt if you did because you're on my dick. You might as well get me tattooed there. But you say that you're going to get a tattoo of FBS because you start talking bad about Sicilians. I mean, Sicilians are the biggest losers, and I'm Sicilian. That makes me the biggest loser. And Sicilians have never won anything. Well, let me tell you what I won. The debate with you. Okay? There you go. If I never won anything else in my life, Convict Inc., I won that. I smashed you, bro. I got you to admit you sat with Chomos. Okay? I got you to admit that you know nothing about the night of the Judy Shemtov murder. Okay? Because you didn't even know Tommy Reynolds was in the back seat. I had you all flustered. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know Tommy Reynolds was in the back seat. You stuttering, mumbling prick ya. I made you admit that you didn't even know what the fuck you were talking about. I made you admit that Tommy Reynolds never mentioned Jimmy Calandra by name when he said that somebody was laughing after that murder. Never. I got you to admit that. We got you to apologize about the lady that you were talking about, the story you made up with Jimmy in the hotel room. You had to apologize about that because you were talking about something you did not have enough knowledge of, and the woman you were talking about did not want you talking about her. So you had to apologize. But then this morning on your show, you mentioned the whole incident again. You couldn't be more disrespectful. And journalist, my ass. You're no fucking journalist, bro. You're no journalist. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You're as much of a journalist as any of us are, okay? Other than that, you're just a guy who got out of fucking prison after, I don't know, however many years you did, 20 years, whatever. And now you think you know everything. And yeah, prison stories are interesting and all that, but I guess that wasn't getting you very far, so now you've decided to start talking about us. And let me tell you another thing I won. The game of YouTube, the game of MobTube. Bro, I hear about your live chats all the time, bro. You're not making no fucking money. And you're broke. I know you're broke. You're not making no money, bro. What money do you make? I don't care how many subs you got. You didn't start getting live viewers until you were talking about us. Why do you think you got to come in SoFlo's chat in the morning now, start trouble, and then run off and start a live stream? You do that on purpose. Everybody knows it. You're doing it to get yourself some live viewers. Because who would listen to you? You're all over the fucking place. You sound like Skinny Pete from Breaking Bad. I mean, you're a fucking maniac. You're high all the time, bro. All the time. There's no way. Okay, as sure as you are that MRE isn't an informant, I'm just that sure that you're still doing methamphetamine. And I bet my bottom fucking dollar on it. I know you got all kinds of issues. The feds are trying to lock you back up, bro. I know all about it. You couldn't pass a piss test right now. You have no. What else have I won, bro? Let me tell you something. I got myself clean and sober without having to go to prison, and I'm still clean and sober. But you can't even do that. This is how weak you are, bro. You're still drinking. You admitted that on the show too. You gave me my props for being clean and sober and doing it right. And you admitted you can't do it. So you're not a strong guy. You're not mentally strong by any stretch of the imagination. And that was proven just by Lee's the interview with Lee Cole and me and Danny Trio. Bro, all that shit you've talked about me and Lee and everybody else, once you were on screen with us, you were eating out of the palm of our fucking hands. I would never come off looking like as much of a pussy as you did that day. Never. Every fucking thing I said you agreed with. Everything I told you you were wrong about, you admitted to being wrong. And you were kissing my ass, telling me what a great debater I am. So yeah, I win all the time. Go ahead, somebody make a song out of that. But put the win song with what I just said. Make it funny. That's what I'm doing on here. I'm winning. So put a tattoo of me on your arm. You're going to be putting a tattoo of the king of fucking mob tube on there. Okay? And you'll get a tattoo of Hitler just so you could fit in with MRE because you're kissing his balls too. You're sure MRE isn't an informant? See, this is your problem, bro. Not just your problem. The people who believe you. Let me just read this first. I don't want to miss this. Paulie Walnuts, 1999. FBS 1999 Convict Inc. Meth Head. Oh, the dude is definitely on something. He's all over the place. Absolutely. And thank you, Paulie Walnuts. I appreciate it. So this is the thing with you. Okay. You come on here and because you did time in prison and you might have some minor law knowledge. Okay. Whatever you say is gospel and people believe you. Bro, I never did nowhere near the time you did, never did Fed time, never did state time. Been in jail, though, and took some felony cases. And I'll tell you this much. I don't have to be a jailhouse lawyer or a real lawyer to know what you're saying is insane. What you're saying is, that is absolute horseshit. There's several different ways to find out if somebody was an informant. Let me tell you something. If that was true, there would be no informants. That is not true. I spent my entire life in the fucking drug game. There's guys all over the streets of every city in America who are giving information to drug task forces, local cops, state police, prosecutors, and the federal government. And nobody ever finds out about it until they slip up and tell somebody or something happens. They may get killed or something. It comes out in the newspaper. They were an informant all along. I told a story about a case just like that recently, except it was a little different. They outed him and then he got killed, but still. It's called confidential informant for a reason. Now, I know what you're doing. I see you. I heard you sitting there talking about Angel. What, you want to go to New York and drive around in a 1980s Cadillac with John Jr. and have him point out this dick rider. Bro, so I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to get in good with Angel. So you'll say whatever it takes to make that happen, including, oh, I know for a fact that MRE isn't a rat. Well, I got one for you, too. I'm way smarter than you, Robert, and I know for a fact that he is a rat. How about that? I win, okay? I know for a fact that he is a rat. Jimmy knows that MRE's a rat. Gunsmoke knows MRE's a rat. Common Sense knows MRE is a rat. And most of the people on here know that MRE is a rat. So please, miss me with that bullshit, okay? You're trying everything in your power to get in with that side, which once again, me and Lee were talking about this the other day. You couldn't have fucked up in a bigger way because people make the common mistake of thinking that because there's more content creators on the bad guys' side, that's the winning side. No, that side's been losing since the very fucking beginning and always will. I'll make sure of it. Okay, and guess what else the people on that side don't do? They don't make money. They don't make money on here. You're going to have a chat full of trolls like the rest of them do. And where's it going to get you? Not to the bank. That's for goddamn sure. And that's the only place that matters. Okay? It's the only place that matters. I got paid from YouTube today $3,800 for June. Okay? And that does not include Cash Apps, PayPals, or Venmos. Because we have good people on this side who donate and shit like that. The good guys always win. Okay, we're the good guys, and we got good people over here who support us and help us out. Over there, you got a bunch of fucking trolls. The ones that do have money, and there isn't very many, they're not going to give any to you. And listen, you could say what you want, but I already know you need it. Okay, you don't have no fucking money. You're not in a position like SoFlo or even Jimmy. You're not even in the position I am financially. Okay, so you don't have it like that, bro. Your goal, I've heard you say that you're doing things to get views. I've heard you with my own fucking ears. Now, why would you want views? Money. Okay, your whole point of doing this YouTube thing is for money. You're not going to get it on that side. Now, you ever see Bay 8 send a super chat? Mr. Wealthy Rich Man? Ever in the history of MobTube? No. How about Vinny? How about NB? How about MRE? How about any of the people in their chat? Any of them. Now, MRE, don't get me wrong. He gets super chats. She's the only one over there that makes money, and Angel gets some too here and there. MRE is the only one that probably makes any decent money, and 90% of that comes from Justice Tech Pros. That's just his paycheck from Dominic. You know what I mean? That's what Dominic does with everybody who will come on here and say he hates rats and blah, 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 and all that horse shit. I didn't even know, Terry Time, I didn't even know that was said. She said, I didn't appreciate them saying people were begging me. I give my money to who I like and listen to. I didn't know they said that, but I never asked you for anything, Terry. You've given me a lot, and I'm very grateful for it. But you know, I've never asked for money. I've never asked anyone for money. So I don't know, but paid by advertisements that won't take you to the corner to buy a tall boy. Yeah. That's about it. What's up, Jimmy C? How you doing, bro? Richard Wing, I went into a deep dive about little Nicholas. Wow, didn't take long. This was a big deal in Rhode Island. Big charges that had to be referred to ATF. What happened with the outcome? Dropped? No, and that's the thing. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Robert's nearly as smart as he wants you to think he is, okay? But he's smart enough to know MRE's a rat. He knows it. But he's not, you know, if he was genuine, if he was legit, he would say, listen, there's obviously, you know, there's no doubt about it, but then maybe still try to get in good with them. But you know that won't work. You know the only way to get in good with them is to toe the line. And that's exactly what you're doing. You know you can't say MRE's a rat, but you know he is one. You know it. If you have any legal knowledge at all, bro, what you just did, sitting there and saying, I know for a fact this guy is not a confidential informant, should discredit everything else you say from here forth, okay? Because you don't know anything about the law or the criminal justice system if you could say that. Then right afterwards, you said, I don't know about his prior case or anything. Again, talking about shit you don't know. Shut the fuck up about shit you don't know. Just like you didn't know about the night that the poor lady Judith Shemtov was murdered. You had no idea about that case. You came on here and said, Tommy Reynolds said Jimmy Calandra was laughing. Then when I questioned you, you didn't say Jimmy. You said, he said the people in the back seat were laughing. Then I had to inform you that Tommy himself was in the back seat. Stupid ass. So this is why you should have no credibility. Nobody should listen to you or take what you say seriously, because this is how many times now we've got you talking about something you know nothing about, and you admit you know nothing about it. You don't know MRE's case like we do, bro. There's no way you do. And if you came on this screen right now, I would make you say that, and you would. You don't know his case, bro. You don't know half the shit you're talking about. All of a sudden now, Fabrizio, you're going to be his buddy too. And yeah, you know everything about him. Paulie G knocked Jimmy's teeth out. We'll get to that in a second. Look who's here, guys. This is Bill Cutolo Jr. right here. And that is him. You guys can check. Enjoy them Padrones, brother. Bill, thank you, my man. Thank you. It's probably going to be a sin compromiso after this show, but I have several Padrones in my little humidor. And it is about time for one of those, so maybe soon. But you know, I see that you are an aficionado, so maybe you can make some suggestions for me on some new types of cigars I might like. Because I'm always in the market to buy some new ones. I'm new to this, Bill. I know nothing about cigars. Nothing. So I need to learn. Maybe you can assist me. I'd appreciate it. And thank you for being in the chat. I appreciate that as well. Michael, I won't say your last name. $10. Keep grinding and applying pressure, bro. I will. Thank you very much, Michael. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let me get to something else. Yeah, Bill Jr. is a class act. He's a good dude. I've had a couple of phone conversations with him, and 100% gentleman. Great guy. Nicholas D. FPS, you're right about the informant thing. They wouldn't have informants if you could find out with the click of a computer. Task forces all over have people feeding information on every single city. Every city, bro. You couldn't be more right. Everywhere. It's what he's saying is insane. And the reason it's important coming from him is he claims to be two things: a journalist, and some sort of a jailhouse lawyer or actual lawyer, or just somebody with more than the average person, more legal knowledge than the average person. And when you say shit like this, it's like, okay, he obviously knows nothing. He knows nothing. If you can look at a case like this and say, I know he's not an informant, then don't say anything else about the law, because you don't know shit. Okay? Now let's get on to Jimmy and Tony Soflo, because I see you've been talking shit about Tony Soflo too, so I'm going to address that as well. Now you're talking about Paulie G knocked Jimmy's teeth out. Bro, you make up, it's like you wake up, you snort a line of meth, or you smoke it, or whatever the fuck it is you do. Okay, and you start dreaming up these stories, bullshit that never happened. Somebody laughed after an innocent murder or an innocent woman was murdered. Jimmy Calandra got his teeth knocked out. He lured a girl to a hotel room. He smokes crack. He's in Pittsburgh. You know his crack dealer and blah blah blah. Oh my god, yeah. Who don't you know? Who don't you know, Convict Inc? Is there anyone? Is there anyone you don't know? Have you gotten in touch with my father? I'd like to speak to him. Maybe you know him too. I mean, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Let me tell you something. I'll say this again. Early on, years ago, after the National Geographic documentary, Inside the American Mob, the series, whatever, episode 6, Endgame, I took a great interest in the story of the Bath Avenue crew, and I studied their case top to bottom, front to back. Okay? And I didn't just study their case. I read every article. I went on there's something that used to be called lightningfield.com. Maybe it was an entire thread. It was nothing but people from Bensonhurst who lived there through the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And I'm telling you right now, none of the shit you claim have I ever fucking heard. I never heard of Paulie G knocking Jimmy's fucking teeth out. I never heard about Jimmy being a crackhead. Now, did they say that crew as a whole were wild and they did a lot of drugs and did a lot of coke and maybe smoked crack? Sure. But as for him being a crackhead, how is it, Robert? How is it that such a well-known case, there's been books written about it, numerous books, a movie made about it. I don't know how many fucking TV shows. Vanity Fair Confidential, National Geographic, Inside the American Mob. There was the book Clubland. There's the book Mob Over Miami. There's the book Anthony's Boy. There's numerous New York Times articles. I mean, for fucking days, not to mention other publications. Okay, the story's been told time and time again. Not to mention, like I said, there's threads where you could read, you could listen to people, read people commenting and talking about the neighborhood in those days, the neighborhood they lived in and grew up in, and they're always talking about this story. You hear them talk about Jimmy and Joey Calco and Fabrizio and Tommy Reynolds, Paulie Galino, Mikey Amin, Gonzo. You can read it. Okay, I've read all about it. That's why I know a lot of what Jimmy says is true, because I've read other people who have nothing to fucking do with Jimmy saying it. Not to mention authors that have checked out these stories, production companies. They've checked these stories out. They've read court documents, every fucking thing else. As commonly known as that story is, as famous as the story of the Bath Avenue crew has become, and Paulie Galino and everybody that was in that crew, you think we wouldn't have fucking found out already? If Paulie Galino knocked out Jimmy Calandra's teeth, you don't think that would be an important part of the fucking story? Bro, you have no credibility. You're a fucking liar. You make shit up day after day. This is all you do. We're supposed to, you want to lead us to believe that you and Tommy Karate are bosom fucking buddies. Why? Because you have 2 prison pictures with him? I know a guy that got a picture in the feds with Nicky Scarfo. Guess what? That's all he got with him, a picture. So what? So what? You say Tommy Karate called me this morning, and we're just supposed to be like, oh, well, in that case, I mean, fuck. If he says Tommy called him, he definitely did. Tomorrow, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to do a stream, and I'm going to say, let's see, I'm going to say Tommy Reynolds, Tommy Karate, who else? A bunch of other imprisoned mobsters. Okay, I'm going to say that they called, Fabrizio called me. Yeah, we talked. Yeah, Little Dino called me. Yeah, we had a long phone conversation. We're like best friends now. They told me everything that's ever happened in Brooklyn. It would be the same as what you do. You just click live and you start saying shit. And the simps, the fucking morons that follow you and actually think you're some authority on this shit are like, yeah, bro, listen, the guy talks to Tommy Karate. And I'm sitting here like, he does? How do you know that? This is MobTube. I can't make a single claim. I can't tell you I ate fucking steak today without showing you fucking proof of it. But this dickhead can make a claim like, I talk to Tommy Karate all the time, and you guys just buy it hook, line, and sinker. Jesus fucking Christ. Just anything he says. Listen. The guy did time with him, so he must talk to him all the time. What the fuck are you talking about? A lot of people have done time with Tommy Karate, thousands. You think he talks to all of them? Why is Robert so special? Why? Have you asked yourself that question yet? Is there a possibility? Let me just ask, is there a possibility that Robert is full of shit and he doesn't talk to any of these guys, Tommy Reynolds, Tommy Karate, or anyone else? Is that possible? Of course it fucking is. Of course. And that's my honest to God opinion. I think he rubbed elbows with fucking Tommy Karate in prison. And that's it. I think the same with Tommy Reynolds. Maybe had a few conversations with him. That's it. I don't believe for a second that these people, that he's calling these people and talking to them. Oh, I'm sorry. They're calling him and talking to him. I don't believe it for a second. Why would they? Look at this guy. Listen, if this was like SoFlo saying it, okay, it'd be more believable. This is a guy who came out of fucking nowhere. He's a skinny little dude. Okay, he comes on here, talks about the time he did. He's easily, you can back him down like that. We've all done it. As soon as you get on screen with him, he backs down. So he's got no balls. He's not a tough guy. Okay, he was a member of the Dirty White Boys gang, basically a white supremacy group. He'll say it isn't, but that's exactly what it is. It's a white supremacist group. Okay, it's like the Aryan Brotherhood, same thing. Okay, groups that mobsters generally don't mingle with too much. Okay, he gets out of prison. Yeah, what's to stop him from just making these claims? How many people are in correspondence with Tommy Karate that can check out his story? He knows that. He knows that it's his word against nobody's. People aren't talking to Tommy Karate or Tommy Reynolds like that. They can't question, hey, do you talk to this Rosso guy? So you guys just believe him because you have nobody else to ask questions to. I mean, come on, for fuck's sake. Joe A67, $10. Been busy, but following sagas. LOL. Hope your family and you are well, Chris. Thank you. We are, and same to you, bro. I hope all is well. It's unbelievable. This is what they did with Tony Pizza. This is Tony Pizza Part 2. Some homeless scumbag comes on here, and Robert Rosso is only fucking 2 steps away from being Tony fucking Pizza at all times, okay? He's about 1 level above Tony Pizza in life. He's talking about losers. Bro, aren't you the one that complains you live in a place where there's meth heads on this side and drunks on this side, blah, blah, blah? You're not living in a good situation. You're not exactly a winner, bro. I don't see you having money like that. I heard you got a hot wife. Kudos. I'm sure she'll get her vision back one day and correct that fucking mistake. But Jesus Christ. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's Tony Pizza. Tony Pizza comes on here and says, I know Shammy the Bull, and I was a street enforcer for the Gambino family. And all of a sudden, people start throwing money at him and jumping on his dick and saying, oh, my God, he's a serious guy. He's this, he's that. And then what do we find out? You don't know Sammy the Bull. Sammy the Bull found them on, he friend requested Sammy the Bull on Facebook. Sammy sees him with a dog, homeless, messages him and says, hey, bro, it probably said, hey, you're a paisan. I see you're homeless. Can I help? And he threw him a few bucks. And just like anybody else who befriends Tony Pizza, he couldn't fucking get rid of him after that. But eventually, Sammy got rid of him. No proof to anything else he's ever said he's done, Tony Pizza. Nothing. No proof he's ever even seen the inside of Tally's. No proof that he ever met another mob guy or a mob guy. No proof. Just stories. But there is a segment of stupid people out there who will just believe anything anybody says if they sound the part and look the part, or like in Rosso's case, oh, he was in prison. There's people out there that really think that if you've been in prison, you've experienced it all. You know what it's all like. You know what it's all about. You know everything about all the different groups and this and that, and you've seen this and you've done that, and all these different things have happened to you. Well, let me tell you something. I know guys. I mean, I know one kid. This dude is a complete pussy, like suburbs, rich white boy. You know what I mean? Always had everything handed to him. He got molested when he was a kid. Okay. Years and years later, we were at a bar and he saw the guy who did it. Okay. And he waited for the guy to go outside. All right. He followed him out. He had a 6-pack in his hand and he smashed the guy in the face with the 6-pack. Okay. The glass shattered. The guy was blind. He's blinded permanently. This kid, Jason, total and complete, like I said, suburban kid, no street in him, not a tough guy at all. He just snapped because he saw a guy that used to hurt him when he was a child. He went to some of the worst prisons in Pennsylvania, okay, for years after that. He blinded the fucking guy. They had no sympathy for him in court, okay? The guy came out like he went to camp. I even talked to him about it. He's like, bro, it's nothing. Like, you don't see. People have asked him, oh my God, you see anybody get raped? This and that. He's like, come on, fuck out of here. It's all TV shit. I mean, you know how many of my friends have been in the feds? I have a friend now who's in Raybrook. I have another fucking friend who's in Allenwood. He's in there for 33 fucking years. Okay. All of my friends have been either upstate or the feds. So I know, like, I don't have to, when I hear a guy like Robert, I'm not like, oh man, he's got information nobody else has. No, we've all heard these stories. You go to the feds, you meet some mob guys. It doesn't mean you become their best buddies. It doesn't mean that you keep in contact afterwards. It doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah, just in central booking. I mean, look, let me tell you something. This is this is how I can judge somebody easily, their character, whether they're a tough guy or not. If somebody's talking all kinds of shit about me, okay, and then I confront them and they back down instantly just on a computer screen, that's it. You got all the answers. That's what would happen in real life. That's what would happen in any situation. They'll back down. And that's the first thing he did that night on Lee's show. He backed down to everyone. Okay, he started kissing people's asses. This is not the regular prison guy who's seasoned, who's tough. You know what I mean? This is a guy who probably, you know, he had to join the dirty white boys because he had, you know, he needed some sort of protection. He kept himself isolated. He got into this jailhouse lawyer shit so he could do favors for people so he wasn't fucking abused. And then look at this. I mean, this is from a book. There's a book by a guy named Delroy Brown. Okay, I don't know if he's ever spoken about this, Robert. I have no idea. Okay, but the book is called The Wrong Perception. And I'm going to show you something. Here. Okay, I want you guys to read right there where it says Howard, aka DD. He is an old gangster disciple out of Chicago. White boy Cates from Evansville, Indiana. White boy Rosso from California, currently doing life, and also a dropout from the Dirty White Boys gang. These are just a few of the rats, rodents that are at Terry FCI. I always pronounce that Terry Hut, but I hear people say Terry Hut. I don't know. Okay. You see that, guys? I mean, there's a book that mentions this guy being a rat. Check it out. Delroy Brown, The Wrong Perception. Okay, I mean, this dude, so you know, on top of everything else, all this rat shit he talks, Joey Testa was a rat. Bro, why is this guy saying you were a rat? What is he just pulled that out of his ass? It's not like there's a paragraph about you or 2 pages or a chapter. Why were you mentioned in this book as a rat? So there you go right there. You're a fucking phony. Let me tell you something. Joey Testa. See, there you go. Rosso told on people bringing contraband into the prison. I wouldn't be surprised. Guys, 296 people right now. So everybody, please hit the like button. Don't be afraid to donate. Subscribe if you haven't already. And for the love of Gunsmoke, hit the notification bell. So Joey Testa, let me tell you something. I don't have to have ever been in the feds to know that if Joey Testa, whatever prison he's in, okay, if he's there, he's respected. There's no doubt about it. The guy was a fucking serial killer. He killed a lot of people, and he did it for the mafia. Not a serial killer like Jeffrey Dahmer or Richard Ramirez. You know, he was basically a mafia hitman, and he was damn good at it. He was one of the Gemini twins. One of the best mafia books ever fucking made was written about him and his crew. Okay, Murder Machine. People like us over here who have knowledge of the mafia know a lot of shit about Joey Testa. Do I know his habits in prison? Absolutely not. But I know this. Wherever he is, he's respected. A guy like that who takes the sentence he got like a man and goes and does his thing, especially during the age of mob rats, when everybody's running around telling on the fucking mob, okay? He's respected. Are we to believe that you, this little dude, virtually unknown, okay, who's nothing but a methamphetamine distributor, and where were you? Cali, Arkansas? Some shit. You sold meth. That's what you did. A lowlife, by the way, okay? How many fucking people did that shit kill that you were selling? All right? But you're this unknown guy, just some meth dealer. You get to the feds, you go through the system year after year after year. All of a sudden, you're more liked and respected than fucking Joey Testa, the Gemini twin. Yeah, exactly. Kevin Feige. You know, I'll tell you what his fucking hard on for Joey Testa is. Well, it might be just that, but I'll tell you what it is. It's Joey Testa probably punked him. Probably punked him. You know what I mean? I wouldn't doubt if he beat him the fuck up. I wouldn't doubt any of it. All right, and he made him look like a fool. I'm sure. Probably used him. You know, made him his errand boy. And now Rosso has got a fucking axe to grind. You know what I'm saying? How dare you, Special Agent Colacone? Now he's got an axe to grind with the guy. But just that claim. And then I get you to say on Lee Cole's show, you sat with Chomos in order to disrespect Joey Testa, which That doesn't even make sense. This is how I know you're not a smart guy. That's like, okay, you go sit with Chomos, and then you say, these guys are more honorable than Joey Testa. And in your mind, this is like Angel's logic when she disrupted the interview and thought that she actually won that battle. In your mind, you should be the respected one there. You did the respectable thing, and somehow you made Joey look bad. You're the one that sat with Chomos, but you made Joey Testa look bad. You said Chomos are honorable, but you made Joey Testa look bad. It doesn't even make any fucking sense. It doesn't even make any sense. And now, did I just hear you say that you are part of an organization or working with a group that helps fight against the child sexual exploitation, something like that? I mean, did I hear you say that? Do they know that you sat with Chomos and called them honorable? You sat with them for what, 2 weeks every fucking day? Are you kidding me, bro? You called child molesters honorable? You sat with them every day. See, this is why I know you're a bitch too. Let me ask you something. If Joey Testa disrespected you that way, why didn't you stab him? Why didn't you beat the dog shit out of him? Why didn't you kill him? That's what a tough guy would have done, right? But no, you chose your way of getting back at Joey Testa is, I'm going to go sit with a bunch of pedophiles. You're a fucking freak, bro. You're a freak, and you're a pussy. You are a pussy. Because if Joey Testa disrespected you that bad in federal prison, and you didn't do something physical to him, instead, you disrespected yourself and sat with a bunch of fucking child molesters, bro, you are not only a pussy, you are a fucking clown, a jerk off. You can't be for real. Like, you expect people to take you fucking seriously? I swear to God, I think I've heard it all at this point. Meanwhile, yeah, Testa heard him. So Testa, while you're sitting with Chomos, Testa's going about his business. If I was Testa, I'd be like, you see this fucking guy? He's sitting with a bunch of Chomos over. You believe this clown? Everything I said about him was right. And nobody believes that story anyway. Nobody, come on, get the fuck out of here. You went and sat with Chomos, and that was okay. Now, you didn't get killed after that. Everybody was like, it's all good. It's all good. Well, he's our boy. That's fucking anathema. Are you kidding me? In prison? There's no way you're going to sit at a table full of Chomos every fucking day. And then everybody you're cool with, your crew, whoever, they're okay with this. The rest of the people in the prison, they don't mind it. They're not mad at you. They're not upset. They don't see anything wrong with it. I don't have to have gone to the feds to know this shit. Somebody commented once, I was in prison with Robert. He knows this guy. You don't know, or he knows these guys. You don't know what you were talking about. You were never in the feds. I don't have to be in the feds to know which way the fucking wind blows. Okay, I have common fucking sense. I don't have to have ever been there. And I know, like I said, a lot of you guys, this is the first time you're hearing real prison stories from a guy who was really there. Okay, but this is all I've heard my whole fucking life. Everybody I fucking know has been there. So I don't need to have gone to federal prison to know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't need to have served time with Joey Testa and Robert Rosso to know which one of those would be considered the honorable stand-up guy out of the two. I don't have to have been to federal prison to know that you can't just go sit with a bunch of Chomos and then everybody else in the prison is okay with it and you don't have any problems after. I don't have to have been in federal prison to know that you sitting with Chomos doesn't make another guy look bad. It only makes you look bad. And you're going to make T-shirts up about people? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Bro. Grant Gambone, Pee-wee, my man, $100 for dues a day early this week. Thank you, Pee Wee. Usually he hits me on Friday with 100, but he hit me on Thursday this week, a day early. Thank you, Pee Wee. It means a lot to me. You know that. I appreciate you, bro. Somebody, I don't know if it's okay. You could text me if it's okay if I say who this was who just texted me this. I won't say who it was, but I'll say what he said. He said Joey probably made him sit there on purpose. That's Connie Veal. I'm not sure what that means, beef at the end. He spelled it wrong. Joey probably made him sit there on purpose, and that's Convict Inc.'s beef. Yeah, that's that. Thank you. That's probably what happened. Joey probably forced you to go sit with Chomos. He said, you ain't welcome anywhere else. You go sit with them, scumbag. And then you had to go sit with those motherfuckers. Is that what happened, Robert? How much you want to bet? That was good thinking. Ah, yeah, it was Billy Cutolo who said that, okay? He just texted me that. And he's right. That's probably what happened, okay? They probably fucking... Joey Testa probably made him sit there. Probably made him sit there. And now he's got a beef. He's got an axe to grind. He probably punked you, just like we punked you. Bro, you didn't even see us face to face. You came on a fucking screen with us and we punked you. I punked the shit out of you. Anybody go watch that fucking video. Oh, called him Connie on purpose. Connie Vic Inc. Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was spelled wrong, but that's what Bill meant. So, listen, and that makes sense. That makes sense. I didn't even think about that, but that's probably what happened. He probably put you there, probably made you go sit with them. As easy as you back down to us on fucking camera, I can't imagine what you would do if Joey Testa really had a problem with you in prison. He could make you go sit with Chomos, without a doubt, and it looks like he did. Looks like he did. You're a bitch, bro. You are. I found that out the day I went on Lee Cole's show with you. Okay, you are a bitch. You are no tough guy. You're not punking Joey Testa. You're not punking anybody in the feds or anywhere else. You can't even punk us on YouTube. And you're all over the fucking place listening to you. Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm in the midst of a panic attack. From one place to the fucking next. Holy shit. It's like trying to break down an Eminem verse. It's like, holy fuck, is this and it's that and it's over here and it's over there. And now it's SoFlo, now it's Jimmy FBS. And like, what the fuck is he talking? He can't even stay on track. He's worse than me. For fuck's sake. And then you talk about SoFlo. Bro. SoFlo, again, 10 times the fucking man you are. 10 times the man you are. Okay? And YouTuber as well, 10 times the YouTuber. Okay, he can come on here and just entertain the shit out of people. He doesn't even have to talk all his prison stories. And trust me, I know enough about Tony to know that even if he wasn't talking about anyone, he'd figure out a way to be entertaining, just like I would. Okay, he could be talking about gardening, and it'll be entertaining coming from him. Okay. He's good at what he does, and I'm sure you're jealous of him too, because I've said the differences between you two. Okay, you get out of fucking prison. Somehow you got a hot wife, but other than that, I mean, nothing. Okay, we can tell by the room you sit in and the way you describe your surroundings, you got nothing going on. You're not particularly good at this because you were failing like a motherfucker at it, and now you got to go in SoFlo's chat just to try to grab some of his viewers because you don't get any yourself. So you couldn't even just stick to prison stories. Nobody was watching you. And even now, I don't give a fuck. You could have 2,000 people on your live stream. If you ain't making no money, can't talk shit to us, bro. You can't say a word to us, okay? Because that's what this is all about. And you said it yourself. I heard you say, along with saying you do these things for views, you said you're on here for money. I've heard you say it. But you ain't making none. So you're failing at this too, just like you failed at everything else. I bet you were a meth dealer for about 6 weeks before you got caught and got a life sentence. Because you are a fuck up, bro. Just like you're a fuck up with your sobriety. You can't stay clean. You can't stay sober. You got to drink beer. And trust me, if you're drinking beer and your drug of choice is meth, you're doing meth. Because guess what? If you see me on camera today, if I come on camera later today with a beer, you don't even ask if I'm doing coke. Yes, definitely. Okay? Yeah, the answer, if I'm drinking, I'm doing cocaine. And if you're drinking, you're doing meth. That's your drug of fucking choice. And dope too, heroin. Dope too. Okay, but you can't even keep yourself clean and fucking sober. What good are you? You're a fucking loser. Okay? Loser. And you'll be back in prison. Trust me, you'll be back. I heard you're already having issues with that. They got their eye on you. You can't even pass a fucking drug test. Okay? You're all shook all the time about them watching you. Okay? And your mouth, if nothing else, your fucking mouth will get you locked back up. You're a complete and total fuck up. So a guy like you is going to be in and out of prison the rest of your life. You'll never get your shit together. That's why you're so jealous of people like Jimmy Calandra and Tony Soflo. Jimmy Calandra smokes crack. Are you serious? And now you said he does dope when he comes on with his hair messed up and shit. No. You know why Jimmy comes on like that? Because he's like me. He doesn't give a fuck. Okay, he doesn't give a fuck. He comes on looking however. It don't matter. So what? Who cares? I talk to Jimmy all the fucking time for a year now. I've never seen any sign of drug abuse from this guy. I've seen him drunk a few times. I will say that. And again, if Jimmy was a crackhead back in the day, we'd all know about it. But look at Jimmy's life. Look at Jimmy's life. He's got a beautiful home, beautiful children. He's an amazing single father to those children. He's got a gorgeous girlfriend who he loves and adores and who loves and adores him. He's got a successful YouTube channel. He's making money. He's got a good union job. He's making money. He's got cars. He's got cash. He's got every fucking thing he needs. He's by every, in every sense of the word, successful as a man. Okay, and he's winning at this. He's winning at this. He's got what, 5 times the fucking subs you do. And there's good reason for it. People actually want to hear him talk. You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it, bro. You had to start fucking. It was only a matter of time. That's why somebody, I won't say his name, had to warn you early on. Do not get involved in MobTube. Those guys will eat you alive. And that's exactly what we'll do. But you couldn't help yourself. Nobody wanted to listen to you. Nobody wanted to listen to your fucking stories and your line of bullshit. So you figured, okay, it's FBS and SoFlo time. And Jimmy, mainly Jimmy, let me attack Jimmy Calandra. People will start listening. And that's what you're doing now. And that's why, bro, listen, if you had these stories, you would have had them all already. Not like, oh, 1 week you find out Jimmy lured a girl to a hotel. The next week you find out he laughed after a murder. The next week, you find out he was a crackhead. The next week, you found out who his dealer is in Pittsburgh who sold him crack. One story after another, he abuses women, blah, 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 blah. And then SoFlo, again, SoFlo's another one. This guy gets out of prison. Look at him. He's a fucking success financially and in every other way. He's got a beautiful family, a beautiful home, fucking lives in Miami, drives a Corvette. You know, he's got a lot of fucking money, obviously. And that eats you alive. It eats you alive. One, because he's Cuban. I know you don't like that. You remember the dirty white boys. So you don't like Cubans. And I heard what you said about them today. How many different fucking ethnicities did you fucking insult today? Holy fuck. Cuban, Sicilian. Boy, you really were part of that gang, huh? Racist cocksucker. No wonder why you want to get in so tight with MRE. 2 gay Nazis. Jesus Christ. His wife is from another country. I'm not going to say anything about his wife. I won't say anything about his wife. But you know what? This guy is like a fucking comic book character. I listen to this dude talk and he's all over the place and he can't keep his thoughts straight and he's He's a fucking mess all the time. You could tell this guy he's high as a motherfucker on camera. He knows this about this guy and that about that guy and everything about the law. Meanwhile, he can't even, he could be distracted by a fucking an ant crawling on the table. He's telling you one thing. Next thing you know, he veers off. He's talking about a whole other story. It's like listening to Joe Bayath talk. He's a fucking mess. I don't know about that, PJM Justice. I'm not sure about that. So you guys might know stuff about this guy that I don't know. I don't pay attention to this dude. Lee Cole happened to call me before I got in the shower and said, that this guy was talking shit today. I said, okay, well, let me listen. So I went and listened. I didn't hear the whole thing, but I heard a good bit of it. I heard probably, I don't know how long the video was, but I'm assuming I heard most of it. It's just, it's unbelievable to me. It's unbelievable. This fucking guy's a clown. He's a clown. We're supposed to take his goddamn word for everything. And now you're going to bash somebody like SoFlo. Good luck. Because SoFlo is going to eat you alive, and I'm going to fucking help him. 100%. All the way. Same with Jimmy. And Jimmy's already beating you. That's the thing. These guys don't need to talk about you, okay? Especially somebody like Jimmy. You got somebody like Jimmy. You say whatever you want about rats, okay? Let me tell you something about these guys. Whatever decisions they made, they seem to be doing pretty well in life now, right? Okay, there's quite a few out there that we've seen, that we've heard, okay, and they're doing their thing. And you know what? I don't know if you asked them if they really regret their decisions or not. I have no idea. It really doesn't matter to me. Okay, but I think your issue with them is, okay, that the same thing with MRE and people like him. Okay, you see informants like this, people who cooperated, living good fucking lives, truly happy, vacationing, spending money, enjoying themselves, being with family. And that eats you alive because you don't have that shit. Just like MRE. MRE's a lonely guy with nothing but his fucking dogs and his Nazi friends. You know what I mean? So he's always on YouTube. He sits around with a bunch of broads like Ayenta and gossips. You know what I mean? And that's the same issue with you. You look at a guy like Jimmy or a guy like Bill Cutolo Jr. As another one. This guy, say what you want about him. Complete gentleman. The fucking guy's living his life. He's enjoying himself. That shit eats you guys alive. You can't stand it. And you're a rat too, so I don't even want to hear that shit from you, Robert. Okay? There's a reason this guy put that in the book. But guys like you look at people like Jimmy and see that he's where you want to be in life, and you can't figure out how to get there, so it drives you crazy. Same way with me and people like NB. They want to be where I'm at, and they're not, and it drives them fucking nuts. So they attack. Jimmy will be joining us, it looks like. SoFlo destroyed him a few days ago. And he'll destroy him every day from here on out, and I'll be right there helping him. Absolutely. Fucking guy's a clown. Jerk off. I'll tell you what, next time Tommy Karate calls you scumbag, I'm going to send you the link. I'm going to email it to you too, Jimmy, just in case you can't see it. I'm going to fucking, wait a minute. Here we go. All right. I emailed it to you too. But next time Tommy Karate calls you, Robert, or Tommy Reynolds, click live. Go live. Let's hear it. Let's hear him. When I hear Tommy Karate's voice, I'll believe you. Okay, that you talk to him on the phone. Same with Tommy Reynolds. Do that. Until then, we have no fucking reason to believe that you talk to any of these fucking people. This is just shit you dream up because, like I said, you know that the average person is going to have no way to fact check you, no way to get in contact with these people you claim to speak to and verify whether it's true or not. You know that. You coming on too, Bill? Here's the link again. Oh, bro, if Jimmy and Bill both came on right now, that would be the best show ever. I dropped the link. Let me see. I'm gonna what time is it? I know Lee is coming on. Oh, okay, it's 5:12. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, Bill, absolutely. I hope Jimmy got the link. Jimmy, I emailed it to you. Bill, I dropped it in the chat. Let me see if I can Bill, text me your email too real quick. I know I have it, but for some reason it's not popping up. Oh, I got it. I got it. What the fuck, bro? Hold on, guys. I'm all confused. All right, here's Jimmy. What's up, bro?
What's going on?
Chilling, man. How you doing?
Good.
It's good to see you. You look nice and tan, Jimmy.
Hey, I can't you know what? Every time you drop a link, I never get it on the chat.
Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know why. That's what happens with me when you drop it, bro. I can't see it in your chat.
Yeah, so I had to go through the email. But what's up?
Chilling, bro. I'm gonna send this link to William Cutolo Jr. You want to have him on?
Yeah, put them on.
That'd be great, bro. Classic show.
Entertainment, baby.
Hell yeah. All right, I'm sending this to you right now, Bill, in case you can't see it in the chat. Let me get back to StreamYard. Okay, so I emailed it to Bill Cutolo Jr.
So what's the conversation? My sister texts me. She says, "Jimmy, go on FBS show." What's going on?
Yeah, this guy, Ranger Fan 11, thank you for the $4.99. He said, FBS, you couldn't have said it better about Raw, so thank you. Now, thank you, bro. This guy is on here saying now that you were a crackhead, that when you come on camera and your hair's all messed up, it's because you're on dope, you do heroin and take pills, all this horse shit, bro.
I'll tell you, you know what? These people are so jealous. You know what they got to do? They got to lick the crack of my ass. They got to do. The crack of my ass, they got to lick. That guy, Robert Rosso, whatever his name is, I'll tell you, you know, it's just a matter of time because God's going to get you because you're nothing but evil. You're like Tommy Karate, another scumbag, you know? And that's what these guys are. All they do is talk bad about people. They want to knock people. And MRE, you got to come out of the closet already because we know what you're all about. You know, you and that Convict Inc. Just by what he said, hanging out with pedophiles, and then he's watching another guy getting raped. What does that tell you about this guy?
Oh, he's a scumbag, bro.
I read every single look. I have paperwork on this guy. This guy was an orderly for 10 years, never got in trouble. Kidding me? Within maybe every 2 weeks when I was in prison, I was in some kind of trouble. Kidding me? Have a fight, you know what I mean? Something with the CO, talking back to the CO. I mean, look, this guy's nothing but a rat. That's what he was. He was a rat, stool pigeon, crybaby. Now what he does is he comes on YouTube and he wants to knock people, and he's still on parole. I would love to reach out to this guy's parole officer, seriously, and put him back in jail because you know what? He could never ever hit population. Seriously, he could never hit population. He would have to stay in the hole because all the talking bullshit he did on people in jail, they would just, that's it. He would never, ever be able to come out, ever.
Yeah, no, I know. And bro, listen, you've been in the feds. I never been there, okay? You did a lot of time in the feds. If a guy goes and does that, he goes and sits with a bunch of fucking chomos. Is he going to be welcomed back into anybody's circle after that?
Never, ever, ever. It ain't going to happen, okay? Whether you're in the state, you're in the feds, there's no way in the world. Listen, the Italian people aren't going to accept you, okay? It's how you conduct yourself in prison. And that guy, look, that guy's nothing but a dope fiend. A guy like that, he'll do anything for dope. He'll suck a prick for dope. I mean, you know, he'll do anything for dope. You know, he's been doing dope all his life. I mean, since I think his first pinch was 94 or something. But look, the guy's a trash can. He's a garbage can. And I hate to even mention their names, but these people, they just don't stop. They go on and on and on. They love the attention. But at the end of the day, this YouTube is a little entertainment. You do the best you can to, you know, grow your channel. But, you know, these people are living off of my name. Keep on mentioning my name. But look, I want to tell you something, Robert Rosso. Tell Tommy Karate he could blow me. Okay? That's what I think about Tommy Karate. Okay? And that's how much I fear Tommy Karate. He means nothing to me. And you know what? Actually, he's lucky he hit prison, because if he was in the street, probably a young kid would have smacked him and he would have been gone. Okay? Yeah. You know, he's growing old in jail where he belongs. Okay? And when he was in the street, he was a tough guy only with a gun. Okay? He set up all his partners. He set up Greg Wright, his son, and he got Billy Bright killed for no reason. Billy Bright was there to make a deal with Mark Wright, his son. He was getting ready to give him the cash. But you know what? Tommy decided to kill him, because that's what Tommy is. Tommy's an evil devil piece of shit.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And Tommy Karate. You know what? Every time I smear your name, blame Robert Rosso, because he's the one who wants to continue to use your name. So blame him.
Yeah, and let me read this real quick. Carmine asks $4.99. Anyone that sits with Chomos is a sexual predator himself, without a doubt. But let me ask you, do you really think, Jimmy, do you think fucking Tommy Karate is sitting in federal prison really concerned about what you're doing on YouTube? I just can't wrap my mind around that, bro.
Well, you know, I don't think so. But there is a simp that Tommy calls. He's a teacher out of Florida. He sent me a couple emails. I think his name is Mark. And he is another Tommy Karate queer boy, you know, where, you know, these people like Tommy Karate. Listen, I tell stories of Tommy Karate because, you know, he was from my neighborhood. You know, Paulie G knew him well. Every time I was around Tommy, in all honesty, you know, I was walking on eggshells because I knew what the guy was about. And I always told Paulie G, you know what, this guy chops people up. I mean, you know, you got to be careful with this guy. You know, Paulie G said, nah, he's all for us. He's all for us. And he did help us at times, you know, but, you know, he's a guy you can never trust.
Yeah, yeah. He said Paulie Galino knocked your teeth out too, bro.
Paulie Galino knocked my teeth out? Well, I don't know. I think Paulie Galino was my dear friend. He was my best friend. I was the number 2. I mean, I have all my teeth. Do you see my teeth?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I never had any false teeth, thank God. But I'm very close with Paulie Galino's family. And, you know, these people say things because, and the other thing I want to say, look, he's not even from my neighborhood. So what the fuck does he know about my neighborhood?
Yeah, I know. I don't know, bro. That's what I don't get.
He knows nothing about my neighborhood. Nothing. You know, and I'm still in touch with a couple people from my neighborhood. This guy just wishes that he was a part of Brooklyn. You know, he talks about Brooklyn. I want him to come to Brooklyn because I want to stick my foot in his ass.
Make that 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll have 2 foot in his ass. He'll have one in his mouth, one of his ass.
Yes, let me welcome Bill Cutolo Jr. Welcome to the show, Bill. I'm so glad to have you on, bro. I've never had you on here before.
Listen, it's a quick dip in, dip out. I just wanted to say hi. What's going on, man?
What's up,
chilling,
Billy?
man. Just talking over this nonsense.
Yeah, man, this stuff is like a soap opera, man. I don't mean GH, like General Hospital. I watch that with my wife religiously, night in and night out. But this is like, man, like if you dip out for a day, you're lost. Like you have to go back and watch like all these other shows. You know,
yeah, there's a never. It's a constantly changing storyline.
Yeah, without a doubt. But listen, you know, this story. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I didn't mean to interject, brother.
Good thing.
But the story with Joey Testa. I mean, to me, that's what it sounds like to me. Like he was told to go sit at that fucking table, and he didn't have a choice. You know, and that was the diss right there, and that's probably what Rosso's beef is. But look, that's something he should have squashed while he was still inside, not now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just me, you know.
Hey, but Billy, this guy talks about the New York guys. I want him to come to the Brooklyn streets. The Brooklyn streets would eat him up like a hamburger.
Fucking A. Like Jesus. I mean, I don't know where the guy's from. I'm not gonna take a shit on anything, or any place. But you know, he talks like he has no knowledge of anything outside of where he lives, you know, other than what he reads, you know. But yeah, and then the whole other thing with Angel, like I'm just look, I mean, it's rat foolery, you know, on her part, because what she's doing right now, I mean, she's basically doing what anybody in the street would advise against. You know, you cannot go publicly and talk on these shows, especially if it's about daddy, it's about my brother or my uncle or my ex-husband. Like, she should know better. I'm kind of blown away. And this MRE, what a clown. Like I don't speak ill of anybody. I really don't. But this guy, I mean, if there's anybody that deserved anything, it would be him. You know, I mean, just listening to the guy speak. And it seems like he tries to change the slang of his words, you know, his voice print. It seems like he tries to change, which only to me, other than having a background behind him all the time, to me just makes me feel like the guy has a whole shit ton to hide, you know.
Without a doubt.
But
Bill, what do you think about a federal case vanishing like that?
That don't happen.
No.
That don't happen. That don't happen. No. And look, the more he keeps pushing it, you know, it's kind of like to echo what you've said on a couple of other shows, is that he's trying to deflect. Obviously, he's given up information on someone or someone's, and he's trying to stay, you know, in the background, you know, as camouflage. So, I mean, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. No.
Absolutely, I agree.
I'll tell you. Listen, I never beat a case in my life. Seriously, I got caught with a gun. I did time for a gun. If I committed an assault charge, I got time for an assault charge.
Yeah.
Hey, if I got caught for a bank robbery, I did time for a bank robbery.
Yeah.
Look, I never ever beat a case in my life. I swear, I never did.
Nah, you know? We don't
and
get that lucky.
At the end of my life, in order me to even get a sentence reduction, I had to come forward and cooperate. Which, you know what? Hey, I'm all fine with that. You know what? Because look, I have a better life. I got away from that garbage. You know, and I control my own. I control my own life now. I'm not nobody's puppet.
Amen. Amen to that. You know, a lot of people would they listen. I'm not going to go into too deep with this, but you know what a lot of people don't understand. I'm just going to speak in regards to myself. Is that a lot of people thought I caught a case, you know, when my dad got killed, and nothing could be further from the truth. And Jimmy, I'm sure you could dip into that if you needed to, as well as anybody could. I didn't cooperate to save myself from jail time. If I was facing a case, I could assure to both of you and anybody that's watching and listening, I would have took it. Forgive the term, I would have took it like a man. But that wasn't the case. I was disenchanted with the life. I didn't want no part of the life, and I wanted to find my father, you know, and that's what it boiled down to. And at the end of the day, they were able to help me, and I was able to help them, you know. And, you know, it took quite amount of years. I think it was 2008. They finally located my dad's body. So it took 8-9 years of not knowing, but at least I got that ball rolling. And, you know, somebody by the name of Cutolo wound up cooperating. And, you know, anybody can say what they want about caves, but at least, you know, if it was not for him, I don't know if they're able to locate my dad. So that was the reason for my literally voluntary cooperation. So,
and I'm going to tell you something, Billy. You know what? Look, I was with your father in prison. Your father was a class act. Your father took care of every one of his co-defendants. He took care of their bill with an attorney, and he took care of their bill with commissary. Okay? I was on the floor with him with Gas Pipe. That's when Gas Pipe had the gun. And if I was in your position, and you know what that did? anyone did that to my father, I would do the same thing that you did. Because you know what? I don't care. These guys are garbage cans. I don't give a fuck about none of them. They're garbage
That's
cans.
right.
Every one of them. And you know what? I learned the hard way. I looked up to these guys at a young age. I went away at a young age, 23 years old, came home. I was on the street for maybe a year. All of a sudden, guys are rolling on me. And you know what? Look, that was an eye-opener. And when I was in jail, I saw all these old-timers never coming out, okay? And I saw these young kids coming in with 30 years, 40 years. I said, you know what? I don't want to be like this. I want to change my life. Kidding me? I want a better life than this. I don't want to waste my life away. So anyone out there, you know what? Think before you do. Put yourself in good company. Don't throw your life away. I'm telling you, it's not worth it.
Amen, Jimmy. Amen, brother. And I'm happy that at least we're able to see one another. We'll get together soon. Mark my words. As sure as my back is straightened up, you know, I had that surgery for the other day, and with the broken neck, you know, it's got plates and screws holding it in place, keeping it up the spinal cord. So when they flipped me down on the table to start the surgery, all the fucking machines started going off, saying that my body was in distress. So the operation that they needed to do wasn't complete. So now what they got to do is, rather than put me out for the surgery, I have to stay awake while they cut me and remove this battery from my back, and the wires that are attached to the spinal cord that they can't remove. They're stuck there. So, but as soon as I'm back up and getting around, you know, I'm tired of this fucking cane, man. I really am. I'm looking like Mr. Peanut everywhere I go. But I pull it off. But I could pull it off. You know.
I'm sorry to hear you're going through all that, Bill, man. That's tough.
Thank you, man. Look,
Yeah,
it's
I
life.
wish you the best. Listen, I have a lot of respect for both of you guys. I don't care what anybody says. In my opinion, you both made the right decision, and you're living good lives now because of it. And that's it. That's what drives them crazy.
Hey, Bill, are you
Yes.
gonna be on that Mafia Families 2 Part 2?
What, the MTV show?
Yes.
I don't. As far as I know, right now, it's not looking like we're going to be doing another season.
Okay.
So,
I was just curious.
nah. I tell you the truth. Look, the first season we did, you know, it was something that I reluctantly brought home, you know, to the family, and everybody besides my wife was all for it, meaning the kids. My wife was, like I said, she was dead against it. So getting her to sign on for a new show, I don't think they could afford her. So, you know, I know her numbers are going to be up there. Mine might be down here. Hers are probably going to be up here, you know. So, but I don't think so. You know, it was well appreciated that it even came my way. I'm glad we tried to knock it out of the park. You know, I thought we did a decent job, but yeah, I don't believe that there's going to be another season, guys. I truly don't.
I still never got to see that. I got to watch it.
Listen, in all due respect to the other castmates, I don't want to say you're not missing anything, but you know, it's from a family standpoint, as a dad, as a husband, I could say this: I was very close to my children before the show, but doing the show and going through that rigorous process of having the cameras follow you around all the time, and you know, I've learned so much more about them, and all beautiful things. You know, just things like you would say at times, I wish I could be a fly on the wall for a conversation that your kids might be having with their friends. So, you know, I had like an up close and personal type of deal with it, and I really got to enjoy them. So it was a fun process. You know, I'm not going to lie, and I owe a lot of thanks to Sammy and Karen, and you know, because they had pushed to get us on the show, and you know, I just wanted to bring it every day and do my best, and you know, hopefully, you know, most people enjoyed it. It's funny, you know, I go out at times, I'll go shopping, I could be in the mall or even at the store just shopping, and you know, people's, you know, stop. Jimmy, this. You can tell when people are like looking in your direction, especially if it's for a longer period of time. And then, you'll make eye contact with them, and then they'll look down at the floor, and then, you'll walk over to them and say, "Hey, do I know you?" I'm like, no, but you're famous. And that's verbatim. Those are the words that get used. You're famous. And I'm like, oh, you must be talking about the show. And I'm like, yes, we really loved you guys on the show. We thought your family came across as, very real. So it's things like that, in regards to the show, that I thought were all positive. And it was a positive message. It's one thing, if anybody knows anything about me these days, I will not push that life. I'm not going to take a shit on people. I won't do that, especially if guys still have cases going on and stuff like that. But you'll never hear me push the life. And like Jimmy always says, stay away from the fucking street, man, because it's just a losing proposition. I don't give a fuck who you are or what you think you are. There's always someone bigger and worse than you are. So, and Jimmy and I learned that up close and personal,
And you know what? Look, when you're living the life, it's a nice life. But look at all the gangster movies. Okay, Bronx Tale. Look at Goodfellas. They're great movies, right? But like Michael Frangi says, did you watch the ending?
Yeah.
All the same
ends up the
endings.
same.
That's
Yeah.
right.
The ending fucking horrific.
Yeah, it's nice when they're showing the cars and they're showing all the furs and the women and stuff like that. Well, if you think that's a positive aspect of it. But yeah, there's two ways out of that life, as Jimmy and I have learned. It's two ways. It's either in a box or in a cage. So thank God some of us were lucky enough to have the deal and the wherewithal to be able to walk away. I know a lot of people will say some pretty horrific things about guys who cooperated. And listen, I do understand people's stances to an extent. But, you cannot put your hand into someone else's life because you don't know what they were going through at the time. You don't know what they were facing. And you don't know what they were tired of dealing with in that fucking life. So, it's easy for somebody from, South Carolina that doesn't know anything about that life, only what they see on television or in a movie or what they read. But unless you're going through it, it's a whole different animal. So, to each his own. That's how I feel. But
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
sorry, why a
man.
lot of these I notice a lot of these anti-rat guys and stuff, they're from the UK, places like that. They watch this stuff on TV, they think it's cool.
Yeah.
And then anybody who ever told on somebody is the devil. You know what I mean? That's how they look at it.
Yeah. And that's not cool. I mean, it's not cool to label anybody unless you're out there on Front Street and you're going to keep pushing your narrative. If you're going to keep pushing a certain narrative, then whatever comes your way, and we have to deal with it, like anything else in life,
And I'll tell you, all these guys that, glorify these wise guys or glorify these street guys, I'm going to tell you that they never been around nobody. I mean, they never been around guys that I've been around, I'll tell you, and in that life, you know what? Look, you got some good guys that are good, and you got some bad guys that are really bad. But at the end, look, that life is nothing but a dead end. It's 100%. It's a dead end. I mean, look at Frankie the Chico. He was a good guy, right? I consider the Chico a good guy. Look how he went out. Bang. Blew his car up. Dead.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, look at little George Adamo's father. Bang. Dead. Look at Eddie Leno. Bang. Dead. Look at Bobby Borello. Bang. Dead. Look at the way John Gotti went out. Look at the way Tommy Karate went out. Look, there is no fucking happy ending in that life. Really.
Without a doubt.
Death or prison, that's it. I mean, look at Billy's father. I'm saying a good guy. Look at the way he went out. I'm saying he got called to a meeting. He thought everything was legit. And that's one thing about that life. That's how it's so easy to kill you. Because you think that they're your friends. You're like, yeah, hey, you know what, Bill, come to a meeting. We got to straighten out so-and-so. You know what? You go to the meeting, bang, Someone's there to fucking kill you. So what the fuck is so good about that life? These people are glorifying this life. I mean, I don't fucking get it. I really don't.
You know, it took me a while. It took me a while after my dad disappeared before I even went in, Jimmy. You know, they kept sending for me and I wouldn't go in. I just kept telling guys, like, you ain't walking me down no fucking basement. Sorry. And that's when I said, you know, you guys made two mistakes. You killed my father, but you just didn't kill me. You know, so it took me a while to go in. It took me a while to get my affairs in order. It took me a while to get my mind right. Not to say that it was not thinking some pretty bad shit, you know. But I'll be honest with both of you and everybody else who's listening. I'm glad I didn't go a different route because, you know, violence plus violence only equals more bloodshed. And had I acted more rashly, you know, back in '99, chances are I ain't sitting here talking with you right now. You know what? 99.9%, I ain't sitting here talking with you right now. So, yeah, it's a bloodthirsty life. It's a treacherous life. And that was one of the first things that my father had told me about that life when I told him I wanted to be around him, was that it's a treacherous life and that I had to listen to everything that he told me. That saying, do as I say, not as I do, was the most prevalent that stands out in my mind as far as that life and in regards to him. But for me, you know, I wasn't glorified by the other guys in the street. You know, Jim, I was more astounded by my father and his stature. And I saw the respect that other guys gave him in the street, whether it was fake or not. It was what it was at the time. But I always felt that I didn't trust any of them, you know, even the guys in our close circle, which was only about 4 or 5 guys. You know, at the end, when my dad didn't show up that night, like, these guys acted as if like my dad didn't even exist. And that was a wake-up call for me because, you know, my wheels were spinning already that night, you know, like thinking about who was going to be on my side. And I almost made the mistake of trusting people, you know, of thinking like, hey, yeah, we're going to suit up, we're going to go out, we're going to do this. But you know what? I probably just would have wound up in the fucking trunk, you know, made it easier on all of them. So, but yeah, it's a disgusting fucking life, man. It really is.
Eventually, you probably would have been in the trunk, you know,
Yeah.
if you would have just stuck around, because they would have caught an idea on you anyway.
Without a doubt. We know how that life goes. You know, my dad always had a saying that, you know, if a father and son are in the street together, you know, usually they're going to have to go together, because that son, one day, he might wake up on the wrong side of the bed and, you know, just decide to go clip everybody. So, like I said, they made 2 mistakes, I guess, and you just killed Wild Bill, but you just didn't kill me. So, what could I do now? It's all water under the bridge at this point, you know.
That's it. You just live the happiest life you can.
That's it. You know, I wake up each day. I get to see my kids. We chit chat over breakfast. I have espresso every morning with my mother-in-law. I do what I need to do during the course of the day. I have a few cigars. Do whatever else I need to do, and I enjoy the beautiful weather. Everybody asks, like, what is it with all the rats? They move out to Arizona. I'm like, I don't know. Just look at the weather index, man, and get back to me and let me know where the fuck you would want to live. You know?
Well, it seems like Arizona or Florida.
Yeah. You know what? Listen, Florida is just a stepping stone from Brooklyn, and I really didn't feel like starting to bump into people, you know, trying to go to the bagel shop and you know, pick up some mortadella and some bagels and run into people from Brooklyn, you know. So at the time, Florida wasn't even on the table. So, you know, you go where they send you in the beginning. And then once you're done with the program, then you're free to move about the United States wherever you feel like going. I even thought about leaving the country at one point.
Really?
Not out of fear, like I just wanted to go experience a different country. I was really thinking about wanting to move to Italy. You know, but then the more I thought about that, and my father's cousin Raphael, uh, as much as he was feared there, he wasn't liked as much. So, if people would have found out who I was, God only knows what the fuck shit I would have caught over there. So, but,
Yeah.
I hope I didn't come in and bust up your show, brother.
No, hell
I
no. Bro.
just,
What do you mean? I'm honored to have you on, bro. You know how I feel about that. I've been wanting to have you on, and let me ask: is this the first time you and Jimmy have ever been on screen together?
well, yeah, I think so, right, Jimmy? I mean, we've spoken, many a times, but I don't think we ever like FaceTimed or YouTubed anything. So,
Yeah.
hope,
Yeah, I think this is the first time.
How about
yeah, I,
on the Fat Bald-Sicilian show, guys?
Yes.
yeah, listen, everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people got upset because I did Lee and Danny's show. And, listen, that wasn't anything planned just to put this out there into YouTube verse or MobTube. It wasn't planned. I had reached out to Lee after someone had told me about a program that they do, a show, and I never followed any podcasts at all, mind you. So I had turned it on. I was just sitting in the yard smoking a cigar, and my little guy came out, and I was kind of laughing at listening to the both of them. They were kind of tearing me up, and I was kind of laughing about it. And my little guy, he just turned 14, big kid too, Nico. And he says, "What are you laughing at?" I saw, "I'm just listening to a podcast of a couple of guys like tearing me up." And my son right away was like, "What? Who's tearing you up? What's
Yeah.
what's the name of the website?" I'm like, no, it's nothing like that. Don't even go there. I said, it's kind of funny. It's comical. So I had reached out to Lee. I believe it might have been through Facebook. And I said, look, I want to talk to Danny. I'm like, because Danny was the one that was leading that brigade. And I'm like, look, if Danny's got something to say to me, he could say it to me, And we went back and forth a couple of times through Messenger. The following day, Danny texted me. I was just getting out of the shower. I said, brother, I'll call you back in 10 minutes. He said, the text I got back was okay, pal. So I says, okay, the guy's, maybe he's not even a bad dude. Let me just talk to the guy. So we spoke, and, we had more things in common than not. So, he just said, Billy, if you want to come on the show, he's like, you're the only guy that I would come on to, a cooperator, to do the interview. And I was a little taken back by it. And I was like, okay, well, who better to do an interview with than someone who has a stance as far as cooperators go. And if you're willing to come on your show and you do the interview, not Lee, you do the interview, I says, then I'll take my hat off and I'll do the interview. And that's what I did. It came to being within a couple of days. It wasn't anything that was planned because I was hoping that Jimmy would have me on his show, which I would gladly do in a heartbeat. And that's what we were talking about, and a few other things. But yeah, so me doing Lee and Danny's show was kind of a fluke. And I think it was well received on a lot of fronts. You still have your haters. You're not going to get rid of those people. But for the most part, I think it was well received according to Lee. And Danny and I, we go tip a tat a little bit on Facebook here and there. Look, I'm not expecting Danny to be taking me out to dinner and stuff like that. But I felt at the end of the show there was somewhat of a mutual agreement where, hey, okay, you drew your line in the sand, I got mine, and I heard you, and I thought that was fair of them. and we'll see where things go from here, guys. I have a few things that I'm working on, um, but it's not going to be anything like this. I'm not going to be moderating a show, and I don't know about having like an open chat and stuff like that. But we have a few things that we're working on over here, and um, hopefully it'll be well received and a well-rounded idea. Let's just leave it at that, I guess, for now.
Well, Billy, listen, you represent yourself well, and I saw Lee Cole's interview with you. It came out very nice, and listen, you did a good job.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody loved it. I mean, I think he did very well on that too. A lot of views. A lot of views.
Listen, Jimmy, you know this, that there are so many stories that get spread around that they become urban legend after a while. And a lot of the question that people ask is like, why do these cooperators, why do they get on YouTube? Why do they go out and do these podcasts? Why? Well, why not? Why not? If you know what I mean? Like if someone like an Angel can go on, and I know she's a woman, but still her last name, and you still have a brother that's out there, whether he's involved, not involved, it's still, there's a legacy behind the name. So for her to come on and doing the stuff that she's doing, I think that's more embarrassing and more hurtful than someone just getting up on the stand and testifying against your husband or your brother or your father, pointing fingers.
I tell you, I have an answer why she's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Something like Dice Clay would say. He goes, she needs the money. You need the money. That's why you're on YouTube. Who are you kidding? Fucking kidding me? You stupid pigeon.
Yeah, a lot of rat behavior coming from her, and she rails against rats constantly. It's unbelievable.
The money.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is. There's no doubt about it.
Look, I just find it as
especially with those fucking tax bills.
There is a lot of them.
May I knock on wood? I don't have to worry about that. Thank God. Thank God. But all right, listen, guys. I just wanted to dip in and say hello. I want to say hi to Jimmy, give you a hug and a kiss, both of you. I love you guys. But I'm gonna run out to the store. I'm gonna go to my cigar guy because I need more padrones. Gotcha. I'm kind of low. I lit one for you, brother.
Thank you. What kind of padrone is that? This
one is the 90-year-old, the 1926 series.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I love the padrones because they're smooth. It's a smooth smoke. There's nothing harsh about it. If you go into certain cigars like Cubans, everybody talks about Cubans that they're the best cigars. Listen, it depends on what you like. Cubans can be very harsh on your throat. Me, I like to inhale. So a padrone, it's easy. The Rocky Patels, the My Father line, which I just happened to bump into one day, and I had to make the guy in the store read the label to me because I didn't have my glasses on. And I says, "What's the MF for?" I'm thinking motherfucker, and he's like, "No, it stands for my father." I'm like, "Come on,
my
seriously,
father."
Oh my God, yeah, my father. Please, that's gonna be reverberating in my head all fucking night. My father. But yeah, the Rocky Patel, My Father line, brother. If you do like lighter smokes, Rocky Patels are a good way to go. But put those cancer sticks down, bro. Those are the worst things for you. I know. But
that's
listen,
the one thing I can't kick, Bill.
That's okay. That's all right. I'm only busting your balls. But if you do like a cigarette type of thing, there's also something they're called Al Capones. I don't know if you've seen them in the store. I'm sure
I've
they
seen
got
them. I never
you.
tried them. Yeah.
Try them, brother. They have, I think, rum dipped and cognac dipped, but I like the cognac dipped ones. But if you don't have time for like a smoke, a long smoke, they're nice because you can go out like smoking a cigarette and they're brown. They look like a little cigarillo, but they're nice for a quick smoke. So
You don't inhale, or you do?
no, I do.
Oh shit!
I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm not like Bill Clinton, man. I inhale.
I got you.
All right,
Listen,
you
bro,
guys.
thank you so much for coming on, bro. I appreciate this, and hopefully one day
Yeah.
we'll still do that interview.
Without a doubt. And Jimmy, I love you, my brother. I miss you. Hopefully, if I do come to New York within the next 3-4 months before the holiday, I'd love to get together for dinner, brother.
Yeah, Billy, I'll see you soon. You know, we'll be in touch, and yeah, you know, we'll
Okay.
get together soon.
You got it, brother. All right, I love you both. Okay, and
You too,
be
brother.
safe. All right,
Oh yeah,
Thanks.
send my love to the family.
I will, and give my love to your beautiful wife and your daughters. All right.
Thank you, Bill.
All right. Oh, and send my regards. Always send my regards.
You got it, buddy.
All right. I love you guys. Talk to you later.
All right, Bill. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Good shit, Jimmy.
Yeah, good stuff. I figure,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
I come on, give you a little entertainment. But I want to say one thing before I go. Robert
Oh,
Russo,
absolutely.
don't forget to fucking clean your diapers. Okay?
Yeah, he's got some issues, doesn't he?
That's some issues. Okay? So when you shit yourself, clean your diapers, okay? And everyone in the chat, listen, I love you guys, Fat Bald-Sicilian supporters. You know, this guy really, he you know, he does his thing. He really does. He's good at what he does. And just calling all these parasites out, you know, and we need someone like him. So, you know, Fat Bald-Sicilian, I appreciate you. I really do. You know, we talk every so often, but keep on doing what you're doing. You're good at what you do. And listen, don't let these people get in your skin. They're a bunch of haters. And look, they can't shine your fucking shoes.
I hear you. Thank you for that, Jimmy. I appreciate it. It means a lot coming from you, bro.
Yep. And I'll see you guys soon.
All right. Talk to you soon, Jimmy.
All right. Bye.
Bye. How about that? It's been a good week for FPS. Very good week. Jimmy, thank you for coming on. Of course, Bill Cutolo, same. I appreciate it very much. Fantastic. Fantastic. I'm not done yet. Let me go back over these because I'm OCD. And if I don't shout everybody out who sent me a super chat, or a donation, it'll eat away at me all day. I can't do that. Ritzy Painting, $50 Canadian. Outstanding show, gentlemen. Thank you so much, bro. Dana the Smith's Haunted Ghost Tube, $19.99. Amazing show with these three. Thank you, Dana. Wise Guy TV, New York Stand Up, $4.99. Thank you. By the way, there's 344 people watching this right now. So thank you, everybody. And please hit the like button. Let me go on. Let's see. Bobby Barbarian, another great show in the books, $4.99. Thank you, bro. Ray Schultz, $19.99. Another great show. Thank you. And let me just get to this. Wait a minute. Lee Cole wants to join. I'm going to drop the link for him. Let me thank Joseph Montanaro for a PayPal. I believe his message was great show, bro. But let me just make sure. And we'll get back to the show in a second. Just let me do this real quick. Great show, bro. Yes, thank you, Joseph Montanaro. And also, bear with me. Beck Brooklyn, $10 for Smash This Punk. You know I will. Always. Thank you. And Wise Guy TV, $10 for It's Been a While Since I True You Something. Thank you, Wise Guy TV. I appreciate you. Lee Cole the Third.
Hey, I'll tell you what. That's the thing I love about when we do these shows. We never know what's going to happen during the show.
Never know.
And those are the best shows. But just so you know, Danny was supposed to do a show with me tonight. He may or may not come on. One of his workers went home and found his 30-something-year-old wife unresponsive on the floor.
Oh,
so
God.
very sad story there. And he might call us from the hospital. The guy didn't have a car, so Danny has to go get him. But I had Paul Tanzo call me, and you know Bobby Luisi's partner, and he gave me a statement about what really happened.
Oh, really?
With the $6,000 that Luisi's claiming, plus a bunch of other statements. but they're statements. It's his side of the story. And he said that a lot of people are giving him the cold shoulder now because they don't want to upset Luisi. So basically, he's going to court on the 8th. He gave me a long statement for today, and he's going to explain to me exactly what happened with the theft and what's going on. Well, and his side of the story. And also, that's pretty much it. So I'm looking forward to reading that. And I just wanted to let you know because I had a totally different show a half hour ago, my man.
See, yeah, that's what
you just never know. It's like you just never the hell know what's going to happen.
I thought I was going to slap Rosso around a little bit and end the show, but instead I had Jimmy Calandra and Bill Cutolo on screen together for the first time ever. So,
and that's the amazing thing about Bill Cutolo. People can like him and not like him, but he brings people with him when he comes on your show. I mean, he came on your show, boom, you got 50 people out of the blue. I mean, it literally jumped legally. You know what I mean? Not
the way others do.
Lavecchia style.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even planning on coming on this show right now, but I was glad to see you get that, to be honest with you.
Thank you. And yes, and Lee texted me. He's a good dude. He said, you have a great show going. I'm moving mine till 6:30. And Lee, it was perfect timing. I was literally sitting here thinking, shit, come on, Lee, move your show up a little bit, move it back a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's what you got to do. I mean, if you got Bill Cutolo on the screen, you don't shut your show down until he's ready to leave. Exactly. And on top of that, you got him and Jimmy together. I mean, that's probably a first. I mean, that's just common decency. That's what that comes down to.
I appreciate it.
Look, I just want to let you know I'm going to take off now and finish doing my show, get my show ready. But I'll see you guys at 6:30. Thanks a lot, man. Great show.
I'll be watching. Thanks. Bye. All right. Good shit. Let me read some comments. 339 people still. I hope everybody hits the like button for this. If you can't donate, please hit the like button. This was a good show, and it deserves it. PJM Justice. Lee gets all the inside info. LOL. He is good at that. Miss Can't Be Wrong. Great show. Great chat. Absolutely. Joey Electric. Last night's show was incredible. I was shocked at how easily you destroyed those two bozos. Let me think. Angel and MRE. This is how bad my memory. I actually had to think about what went on last night. Thank you. Thank you very much. If you were you talking to me or Lee? I'm not sure. You know me. I never know. But if you were talking to me, thank you very much. Live and Let Live. Great show, FBS. Thank you. Thank you very much, Live and Let Live. I appreciate that. You are doing great. You have 339 in your chat. Yeah, this is the show that's dying, that they say it's on their way out. Somebody commented on my show the other day, this is the beginning of the end. Nah, bro. It's the beginning of the beginning. We haven't even gotten started yet. Della's my name. Pretty dope show, FBS. Thank you, Della's my name. Joseph Montanero, Jimmy and Billy, great fucking show. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hyped. I'm stoked. This is great. This is great. My day was already going well, and it's going a lot better now. So thank you to everyone. Billy, Jimmy, thank you for everyone in the chat. Fantastic. Let's see. I'm going to enjoy a nice Rocky vintage 1999 after dinner. Nice. Enjoy. Richie Painting, great job. FBS, be proud. Thank you. I am. This is good, man. This is awesome. This worked out well. And this is what I mean. What I was saying about Rosso and MRE and these clowns. They see, look, Billy's enjoying himself. He's in the sun. He's got his cigar. He's just doing his thing, relaxing, enjoying life. He's got a good life. Jimmy, same thing. All these people love to hate on Jimmy. Now they're going to say he's a crackhead. You know what? Jimmy is raising two beautiful little girls. He's got his beautiful girlfriend. He's got his job. He's got YouTube. He's got a lot going on. I'm sure many opportunities for him in the future, him and Billy. And it eats people alive. Whether they genuinely hate anybody who cooperated or they just hate, certain people as individuals. It doesn't matter. Look who's winning. That's what it comes down to in life. Alex Trejo. That's why they hate you, FBS, because you put up good shows and it fucking kills them. Oh, of course. Of course. They can't stand it. Oh, the Emory and Angel rant. Yeah, I thought that's what you were talking about, but you know me again, OCD. I got to make sure. Thank you, Joey Electric. Black FBS, your show is dying, but you have more subs than them, and most of their subs are bought. Yeah, pretty much. Emory really fucked up with that. I mean, why do that? Listen, you might have passed me anyway. There's a lot of white supremacists out there. And you know, well, I won't get into the other community he's a part of, but MRE, you know, you might have passed me anyway, bro. You didn't have to buy subs. 210 subs. I figure he probably bought the 200. The 10 was probably organic, but Joey Electric, yes, it does. It absolutely does. And thank you to everybody who donated and stuff, man. You guys looked out for me on this show. I appreciate it very much. Pee Wee, $100. You're the man. Your show are getting stronger, and Angel's show are going down the toilet. Yeah, pretty much. Brian Press, in reality, these men owe nothing to those. These men owe nothing to those scumbags. They did the right thing. They did. Look, the way they're living right now is proof of it. You know what I mean? Now, with Billy, he said it's different. You know what I mean? He didn't have a case. Who knows? With Billy, I think, like he said, he most likely wouldn't be here. He wouldn't be alive. But now he is alive and he's living life and he's doing well. So obviously he made the right choice. With Jimmy would still be in prison. And you know, look at everything he's been able to do with his freedom. Just his kids alone. or all the proof you need to know he made the right choice. That's it. Would be great to have Pee Wee on again. Listen, Pee Wee is always welcome on this show. He's a good dude. He's a gentleman, great guy. He just offered to do something very nice for me and Shanna. I love Pee Wee, so anytime. Joey Electric, $5 super sticker. Thank you very much. Batchelder Street, really great show today. If you're still watching, Billy Jr., much love from Batchelder Street out to you. Yes, and Batchelder Street the other day sent me $20, but because it was a first name I wasn't aware of, I didn't know. I thought it was somebody else. I didn't, you know, I got confused. But I want to thank Batchelder Street for that donation the other day. I thought it was from Christopher Capello. It was from Batchelder Street. And Joanne Dunn, I believe, Jay Dunn, sent me $11.99. What is that? For fantastic show. Thank you very, very much. To the moon, FBS, to the moon. Yeah, this is good shit. You know what? I'm nice and content and relaxed right now. I probably would have had a lot more to say, but a show like this speaks for itself. It's almost probably a better idea to end it now. I'm very happy with this show, and I'll probably be back on tonight. We'll see where the day goes, but Lee Cole will be on at 6:30 with Danny Trio. He'll tell the Paul Tanzo and Bobby Luisi story. Gunsmoke hopefully is coming on at 8. And then most likely I'll come back on tonight. You know how it goes. We'll see if I need to. Last night I needed to. Maybe tonight I will as well. What a great show and great community we have, FBS. Bro, it's the best. It's the best, man. This is a gift. I couldn't be more grateful. Yes, I'm going to, Carmine S. I got to eat something and all that. So I'm out of here, guys. Thank you for everything. 316 people still in the chat. I hope you all hit the like button on the way out. I love you guys, and I'll see you at some point tonight, hopefully. Don't forget to check out Lee and Gunsmoke. I love you all, and until next time, salute.